Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be, I don't know what kind of video this is going to be actually. I don't know if it's going to be a repair video, just testing video, or out of luck, the thing ain't going to be fixed video. This is a older model scale. It's called a Gallagher Smart Scale 500, I believe, what the notes said. I didn't actually open it up to see the front of it. But we're going to take a look at it. The guy says it doesn't come on at all. And it's an older model scale. They don't make any main parts for it. You can get batteries for them still, and we can make a battery charger cable for it and 12-volt cable for it, but that's about all we can do. But Cattle Scale Repair is our website for working on low bars and scales and stuff for both, mostly Tru-Test and Gallagher, but we have another website, fixer.com, and we work on a lot of electric fence boxes. That's our bread and butter, what we do, but we do work on these scales. But let's pop this cover off, or just open it here. Yeah, it is a Smart Scale 500. It's an older model scale. Pull this open, see what the serial number is. Serial number is right at the bottom, 0224 blah blah blah. That's a 2002 model is when this was built. It's built on 24th week of 2002. So got some age on it. I can see this screen right here, this lower screen is all dark. Top screen looks okay, but I talked to the customer about this before he sent it off. He said he doesn't care about the screen at the bottom not working. They mostly just use it for weight displays only, to see what the weight of their animals are. That's all he cares about. So if we can get the thing to fire back up and work. He said he's had the thing for almost since it was new. He's only used it like 6 times in 20 years. They bought it thinking something was going to happen with the farm and going to grow. Well, something happened and didn't go as well hoped to, and then they finally started using it again. It said it worked for a while and then eventually stopped coming on at all. So, and I imagine it has a lot to do with that unit being as old as it is. It sat around for so long, the battery finally quit on them. I mean, so we're gonna hope that's all it is. But I got a 12-volt cable here. I'm gonna plug in the side, and we're running it on 12-volt, which will try to charge the battery, which I don't care about that right now, and will also allow it to turn on, hopefully. So let's get our 12-volt supply hooked up to it. My battery, or my power supply set about 13 volts. Now, usually the little gauge on the front will start come on and seem like it's charging. It's not showing up, and it still won't turn on. All right. I told the guys if we run out of luck on the scale, because if the board's shot, maybe it is, can't get boards for them anymore. They're obsolete, discontinued. Batteries still made for them and stuff, but the circuit boards are not. Modules, whatever you want to call them. They are no longer made. So I'm going to pop all these little caps out of it. They're just little dust caps or whatever you want to call them. They're just hiding the screws, keeping all the crap off of them, I guess. Not a make or break thing to make the screws come out or not. Well, he did talk about lightning, and yeah, that's what got it. He said said it was a big storm come through, and so shortly after that it stopped working. Well, they have this what they call that piece. It's a the orange thing. It's a not a capacitor. It's like a resettable fuse, but you really can't reset it. You got to just replace it, put another one in because it's all burnt up behind there. See that? All burnt up right there. Burnt up some of the traces there, as well as a couple things up here. And then over here, that's all burnt up too. Well, it needs more than just a battery. A battery might be okay. I mean, yeah, it's 20 some years old, but it might actually be good still if we tested it. But yeah, unfortunately this one's too far gone. You can't get new boards for them. They don't make for the Smart Scale series. Smart Scale 500, 600, 300s, 200s. Ernie 700, Ernie 800s. Those scales are basically the same generation as these. They don't make any boards for them. They were discontinued, God, 2015 or 14 or 16 or something like that. And then they had a few parts on hand, and once they ran through all those boards, you know, that's all they had. So you can't get them anymore. They did make a smart or a W610 and a W310, a W810, and a W210 that came right after this generation. That generation has been discontinued. All the parts still made for those because they haven't been that long since they made those. Now they got all the touchscreen scales and all the TW 1s and 2s and 3s, or 1, 3, and 5. And then they have their W1 and the W0 scale. And I did give a guy a quote on a W0 scale because he said if you can't fix this one, he might buy a new one. Or his neighbor's got one, he said he'd borrow it. So, well, unfortunately this one's too far gone. I don't know, you can keep anything out of it. I mean, the keyboards don't go bad hardly ever. It's usually the battery or the board, and in this case, it could be a battery issue, but that's not the least of our worries. Is the board, and you can't get no parts for the board. You can't get schematics for the board, and so we are kind of at a loss, unfortunately. Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but we'll see if the guy wants to buy a new one. If he chooses to, then he can get one from us maybe, or he can look online or borrow his neighbor's. His neighbor uses his own scale, the Gallagher scale of some sort. Use it here and there, and then doesn't use it very often, so he might just be able to borrow that one from time to time until he really has to go buy a new one. Well, that's it for this little video. This was sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And until next time, see you guys later on.